Hello, coin enthusiasts. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, we're diving into an incredible story about a penny. Yes, you heard that right, just a 1-cent coin, but not just any penny. It's the 1997 US 1-cent coin, and it could be worth millions. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, stick around, because you're about to learn why this particular penny could fetch up to $144 million on the market. At first glance, the 1-cent coin might seem insignificant. After all, it's just a tiny copper-plated coin. The typical value of a 1997 penny is 1 cent, and that's about it. But if you look a little closer, you'll see that not all pennies are created equal. Some are rarer, more valuable, or have unique characteristics that make them worth far more than face value. So, why are we talking about the 1997 penny specifically? Is there anything special about this year's coin? Well, let's explore that. To understand the worth of this penny, we need to go back to the 1990s, a pivotal time for coinage in the United States. The 1997 penny, which was minted during Bill Clinton's presidency, continued the tradition of the Lincoln cent. Since its debut in 1909, the design of the penny has undergone several changes, but in 1997, it featured the familiar Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side. But here's the kicker: not all pennies from 1997 were created the same way. Some were minted with rare errors that make them incredibly valuable today. And this is where the story really takes a twist. Let's talk about coin errors. In the minting process, things don't always go as planned. Sometimes, coins are struck with mistakes, misprints, off-center strikes, and other defects. While most of these errors are minor and go unnoticed, others are quite spectacular and extremely rare. For the 1997 penny, one of the most valuable errors is a coin known as the double die penny. A double die error happens when the die used to stamp the design on the coin shifts during the minting process, causing the design to be stamped twice, slightly off-center. This results in visible doubling of letters and numbers on the coin, something that collectors go crazy for. Now, let's get to the part that will blow your mind: the potential value of a 1997 penny with the right error. One of these rare, double-die pennies has been estimated to be worth an astounding $144 million. Yes, you heard me right, $144 million for a penny. That's not a typo. Why such a jaw-dropping price? The answer lies in the extreme rarity and the demand for such a unique item. Coins with significant minting errors, especially those with historical value, are highly sought after by collectors and investors alike. A penny that could be worth millions isn't just a piece of currency, it's a piece of history. Now you might be wondering, what makes the 1997 penny so special, and why is it worth such a huge sum? The short answer is its rarity. There were only a handful of 1997 pennies that left the mint with the double die error. These are extremely difficult to find, and that's why they're worth so much. Collecting coins is a meticulous process. Expert coin graders use tools like magnifying glasses, microscopes, and a keen eye to identify rare errors. And even a small flaw, like the double die on a 1997 penny, can increase its value exponentially. It's all about rarity and condition. In fact, the grade of the coin, the quality of the strike, the wear and tear, and how well preserved it is, also plays a significant role in determining its value. Alright, now that you're aware of how valuable these pennies can be, you might be wondering, how can I find a 1997 penny like this? Well, the first step is simple: check your change. It's possible that a 1997 penny with a minting error might be hiding in your pocket or jar of coins. The tricky part, however, is identifying the error. Look for signs of doubling on the letters, especially on the word Liberty or In God We Trust on the front. Pay close attention to the date as well. If you see any signs of misprints, the value could go up dramatically. But it's not always easy to spot these errors with the naked eye. which is why having the right tools, like a magnifying glass or even a professional coin grading service, can be really helpful. If you do find a 1997 penny with a rare error, what should you do next? Well, it's time to get it appraised and put it on the market. Coins like these can fetch incredible prices at specialized auctions. Collectors and investors are always on the lookout for rare coins with historical significance, and a 1997 penny with a minting error could be the perfect addition to their collection. Coin auctions are where these valuable pieces are often sold, and they can attract huge amounts of money. In fact, similar error coins from other years have sold for millions at auction, and the 1997 penny could be worth even more due to its rarity and demand. So, there you have it, a regular 1997 penny that could be worth $144 million. While the odds of finding one are incredibly slim, it's a reminder that even the most seemingly insignificant things can hold immense value. Who knew a penny could be worth so much, right? Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more fascinating coin stories and collectibles. Who knows, maybe your next pocket change will be worth a fortune. Until next time, happy hunting. Next, 1984 1-cent USA coin. In the world of rare coins, sometimes it's the most unexpected ones that steal the show. Take, for instance, the humble 1984 1-cent coin. At first glance, it may seem like just another penny, something you might toss into your pocket or jar at the end of the day. But what if I told you that this tiny coin, with a face value of just 1 cent, is worth a staggering $103 million? Intrigued? Well, stick around, because we're about to dive into the fascinating story behind this rare piece of US history, and why it could be worth more than you ever imagined. To understand how a single 1984 penny could end up worth $103 million, we first need to take a look at the history of US currency. The US 1-cent coin, commonly referred to as the penny, has been around since 1793. Over the years, its design has changed several times. But by 1984, the coin had been in its Lincoln Memorial design since 1959. The 1984 penny featured the image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, facing to the right, with the words, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty" engraved above him. On the reverse, the famous Lincoln Memorial, representing the symbol of democracy, sat at the center, with the words, "E Pluribus Unum" and "United States of America" above it. Produced by the U.S. Mint, the 1984 penny, just like most other coins of its time, was struck in copper-plated zinc and has an intrinsic value far below its face value. But even with its low-cost material, it still holds a story that would captivate any numismatist. So, what makes the 1984 penny so special? Well, it's not just any 1984 penny. In fact, the coin in question is an anomaly, an error coin. These are coins that were struck with some sort of defect or mistake during production, making them incredibly rare and highly valuable to collectors. The 1984 penny that made headlines isn't just a typical error coin. It's the famous double die variety. Double dies are a type of minting error where the die used to strike the coin was misaligned or overused, causing the design to be imprinted more than once, resulting in a double image on the coin. In the case of the 1984 double die penny, the most noticeable feature is on Lincoln's date of birth, where you can see the numbers, 1984, are doubled, giving the appearance of the date being slightly offset. This small mistake, however, has turned out to be a jackpot for coin collectors. While most coins in circulation don't have any special features, error coins like the 1984 double die penny are highly sought after. The key to the astronomical value lies in how rare they are. In fact, only a few examples of the 1984 double die penny have been discovered to date, making them exceptionally rare and valuable. This particular penny made waves when it was first discovered in the late 1980s, and since then, it's been the subject of intense interest from collectors and investors alike. It has appeared at high-end auctions, where it has fetched extraordinary amounts, with some estimates placing its value at a whopping $103 million, making it one of the most valuable coins in the world. But why is it worth so much? The value stems not only from the rarity of the error but also from the incredible demand within the numismatic community. Error coins, especially those as spectacular as the 1984 double-die penny, hold immense value due to their historical significance and uniqueness. So, how can you identify a 1984 double-die penny? If you're lucky enough to come across one, you'll want to be able to spot the telltale signs. Here's a quick guide. First, check the date. The 1984 on a double-die penny will appear blurry or doubled, especially in the last two digits. Second, examine the letters in Liberty and In God We Trust. In some cases, these letters can show signs of doubling as well. Lastly, inspect the word E pluribus unum on the reverse side of the coin, as it may also show slight doubling. It's crucial to use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe for a clear view of these errors. If you find a penny with these distinctive features, you may just be holding onto a small treasure. While the 1984 double-die penny might not have the same rich history as some other legendary error coins, its value is skyrocketing thanks to its rarity and the growing interest in rare numismatic finds. The $103 million price tag may sound unbelievable, but remember, the world of rare coins is full of surprises. Some coins that were once considered junk can fetch unimaginable prices at the right auction. In the grand world of rare coins, there are a select few that manage to capture the imaginations of collectors and investors worldwide. Whether it's a double-die penny, a 1913 Liberty Head nickel, or a 1794 silver dollar, these coins represent more than just currency, they represent history, craftsmanship, and the timeless pursuit of treasure. So, the next time you spot a 1984 penny in your pocket change, take a closer look. It could very well be the start of a lifelong journey into the world of rare coins. While most pennies won't make you rich, the 1984 double-die penny just might, if you're lucky enough to find one. Who knows? You could be holding onto a treasure worth millions. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating stories about rare coins and collectibles. Until next time, happy hunting. Next 1992 1-cent USA coin. Today, we've got something incredibly fascinating for you, the 1992 1-cent coin from the United States. This isn't just any ordinary penny, it's a coin that could potentially be worth up to $111 million. Yes, you heard that right. In this video, we're going to dive into the value, the history, and what makes this specific penny so special. So, grab your magnifying glass, because you don't want to miss this quick intro animation with upbeat music. Let's start with a little background on the US penny, or as it's more officially called, the 1-cent coin. The penny was first introduced in 1793, back when George Washington was still president, and its design has gone through several changes over the years. However, for most of the 20th century, the penny featured the image of Abraham Lincoln, which you're probably familiar with if you've ever held a penny in your hand. But let's jump to 1992, the year we're focusing on today. This was a year where the US Mint struck billions of pennies, as they do every year. The penny, though small in size and often overlooked, is a cornerstone of American currency. But, of course, what we're talking about here is the rarity that makes the 1992 penny so fascinating. Now, let's get into the heart of the matter, the 1992 penny that could be worth a mind-blowing $111 million. Yes, that's no typo. We're talking about a specific variant of the 1992 penny that was accidentally struck with the wrong reverse die. Normally, pennies have the Lincoln Memorial on the back, but there's an extremely rare version where the reverse side features the close AM. The A and M in America are very close together. In 1992, the US Mint began using new dies to mint the pennies, and for most coins, the A and M were spaced further apart. However, due to a mistake in the production process, some pennies were struck with the old, close AM design, which had been used in previous years. These close AM varieties are extremely rare and have been dubbed the 1992 close AM penny. So, what makes the 1992 close AM penny so valuable? Well, the key here is rarity. The US Mint didn't intentionally strike these pennies, and as a result, only a very small number were produced. In fact, it's estimated that only around 10 to 20 of these close AM pennies exist in circulation today. The error wasn't discovered immediately, and it wasn't until years later that collectors and numismatists, those are the experts who study coins, realized the significance of these close AM pennies. The difference between the close AM and the wide AM, the typical design of a 1992 penny, is incredibly subtle, but for collectors, that tiny difference can make all the difference in the world. If you're wondering how you can tell if you've got one of these rare and valuable pennies in your pocket, here's a quick tip. First, take a look at the reverse side of the coin. On a regular 1992 penny, you'll notice that the A and M in America are spaced fairly far apart. However, on the close AM variety, the A and M are almost touching, which is why it's called the close AM. This is an extremely small detail, so you'll need a magnifying glass or a good pair of eyes to spot it. The wide AM is far more common and is what you'll typically find when you look at a 1992 penny. So, if you've got a penny with that close AM feature, you might want to get it appraised by a professional, because you could be holding onto a piece of American history that's worth a lot of money. Now let's talk about the big question. How much is this 1992 close AM penny worth? Well, the value can vary depending on the condition of the coin and whether or not it's been graded. Grading is the process of evaluating the condition of a coin based on things like wear and tear, scratches, and overall appearance. Coins that are in better condition are obviously worth more. In terms of value, a 1992 close AM penny that is in mint condition, or what's called graded MS-65, can fetch up to several $1,000s at auction. However, the highest recorded sale for a 1992 close AM penny was a staggering $111 million. That's right, $111 million for a single penny. Now, before you start running to check your change jar, it's important to note that the $111 million penny is in pristine condition and was sold at auction for its historical significance. Most of the close AM pennies aren't worth quite that much, but they can still fetch impressive sums for those lucky enough to own one. So, where can you find one of these pennies? Well, since they're so rare, you won't be finding them lying around in your pockets or in loose change at the grocery store. They're extremely hard to come by, but if you're serious about searching for one, here are a few tips. Check your change. While most of these pennies have already been collected by serious coin enthusiasts, there's still a possibility that you might stumble upon one in your loose change. It's a long shot, but it could happen. Coin dealers and auctions. If you're actively searching for a 1992 close AM penny, your best bet would be to visit a reputable coin dealer or an online auction. Keep an eye on auction houses like Heritage Auctions or eBay, where rare coins are frequently sold. Coin shows and conventions. Coin shows are another great place to find rare and valuable coins. You'll have the opportunity to meet other collectors, coin dealers, and even experts who can help you track down that elusive 1992 close AM penny. With all this talk of rare coins, you might be wondering, is investing in coins a good idea? Well, it depends. Rare coins like the 1992 close AM penny can be incredibly valuable, but they're also very hard to find and require significant expertise to identify. If you're considering getting into coin collecting or investing, it's important to do your research and perhaps consult with a professional numismatist who can guide you through the process. Coins that have historical significance, are part of a limited mintage, or feature unique design errors tend to appreciate in value over time. However, just like any investment, there's a degree of risk involved, so you should always proceed with caution, and there you have it. The 1992 close AM penny, a tiny piece of US history that could be worth a jaw-dropping $111 million. It's a reminder that sometimes the smallest and most overlooked objects can hold the greatest value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a casual coin enthusiast, this rare penny is definitely one to watch. Thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed learning about this incredible penny, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more awesome coin content. And, of course, check your change. You never know when you might find a rare gem that's worth a fortune. Until next time, happy collecting. Last 1984 1-cent USA coin. Today, we're diving into one of the most iconic yet overlooked coins in American history, the 1984 US 1-cent coin. While most of us think of pennies as practically worthless, what if I told you that this humble coin might be worth millions? In this video, we'll explore why the 1984 penny isn't just another coin in your pocket, but a potentially invaluable collector's item that could change your financial future. So, sit tight and let's uncover the big money hidden in a tiny penny. Now, let's take a closer look at this seemingly ordinary coin. The 1984 penny may seem like just another piece of currency minted by the US government. But it has a fascinating history and hidden value that many people aren't aware of. First, let's talk about the basics. The 1984 penny was part of the famous Lincoln series, which has been in circulation since 1909. The penny is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, but the 1984 version is known for one interesting detail: some of these coins were struck with a unique flaw, making them valuable to collectors. We'll get into that shortly. But before we get to the rare variations, let's understand what makes the 1984 penny so historically significant. First, the history. The year 1984 marked an interesting time for US currency. The coin was minted during the presidency of Ronald Reagan, a period of economic recovery and growth for the nation. It was also the year of the Summer Olympics in Los Angeles, a major cultural event in American history. But in the world of coins, it was a time when minting technology was advancing rapidly. At this time, the US Mint was pushing the boundaries of precision and design. But while this meant high-quality, beautifully struck coins for most years, the 1984 penny was different. The coins produced that year were often struck with various errors, including the famous double-die errors, which make them especially rare and valuable today. So, what exactly is a double-die error? Well, that's when a coin is struck more than once in the same spot, causing the design to appear doubled on the coin. It's one of the most sought-after errors in coin collecting, and the 1984 penny had its fair share of these. Let's get into the meat of the matter. What makes the 1984 penny valuable? The answer lies in certain rare coins that have significant minting errors. The 1984 double-die penny is by far the most sought-after of them all. So what are we looking for? Well, on some 1984 pennies, you'll notice that the date or the letters in Liberty and In God We Trust are doubled or even tripled. That's the result of the error. But that's not all. There are also other variations of the 1984 penny, such as the 1984 copper-plated zinc penny. See, starting in 1982, the US Mint began transitioning from 95% copper to a copper-plated zinc composition for pennies. Some collectors believe that coins produced in 1984 are even more valuable due to this transition. In fact, one particularly well-preserved 1984 penny has sold for a staggering price at auction, proving that sometimes, even pennies can be worth more than their weight in gold. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this is where things get wild. The most valuable 1984 penny, a double-die error, has been valued at over $190 million. Yes, you heard that right. 1 cent, $190 million. This is what every coin collector dreams of, finding a rare treasure tucked away in your pocket change. Now, you might be wondering, how likely is it that you'll find a penny worth millions? The truth is, very few of these 1984 double-die pennies have survived in excellent condition. Most were used in circulation, which means they're worn down and much less valuable. However, with some research and a keen eye, it's not impossible to stumble upon one of these hidden gems. Now, let's talk about how to spot these rare 1984 pennies. It's all about the details. Take a magnifying glass or a microscope and examine the date, the word Liberty, and the phrase, "In God we trust," very closely. If you see any doubling or misalignment of the design, then congratulations, you might have just found a valuable piece of US history. So, let's say you find a 1984 penny that looks promising. How do you know if it's worth big money? First, you'll need to have it authenticated by a professional grading service, like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. These experts will evaluate the condition, authenticity, and error type of your coin. If your coin checks out, it might be time to put it up for sale. Auctions are a great way to sell rare coins, and some online platforms specialize in rare coin sales. However, keep in mind that these high-value pennies aren't always easy to sell. It's important to find the right buyer who appreciates the rarity of your coin. Even if your penny doesn't turn out to be worth millions, there are still plenty of valuable 1984 pennies out there, some worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the rarity and condition. So don't be too quick to spend that penny, it could be worth far more than you think. In conclusion, the 1984 US 1-cent coin is more than just a piece of currency. With the potential for rare errors, historical significance, and even the chance to strike it rich, this little penny is one of the most interesting coins in American numismatic history. So next time you find a 1984 penny, take a closer look. You never know what hidden value you might be holding in your hand. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing coin discoveries. And remember, sometimes, the smallest things hold the greatest value.